So you may be thinking, we just saw this game. Edo just played this game. What's the big deal? Well, this is the DOS version of Ninja Gaiden 2. And don't play the DOS version of Ninja Gaiden 2. The first warning sign is that Ryu is orange. The second warning sign is that the frame rate is 10 FPS. It gets a little bit higher later on, but we'll get into that when we get there. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the NES version, except for there's some minor version differences, like the enemy sprites are not exactly the same. You know, the major problem with this game is that it runs at 10 FPS. That's we actually know that that's the developer intended frame rate because there's an unreleased beta version that runs a frame faster, but obviously you can't deal with 11 FPS. That would be too much. So you'll notice that, like, unlike in the actual, like, regular playthrough of, sorry, the speedrun, we're not picking up any clones or ninpo powers, and that's because clones and ninpo powers in this game kind of suck. They're pretty bad. So for this first boss, we're just going to be doing basically exactly the same thing that Edo did. It was really funny watching him play this boss because it's like the kill is literally the same in the DOS version. We've got some cutscenes. We can't exactly skip the entire cutscene, so we just see the beginning of each cutscene, but now we're on a train. Honestly, the music in this game isn't terrible. It's like, oh, we got that. That's a frame perfect jump over that guy. I'm just gonna keep saying frame perfect because, you know, basically like that jump, I jumped a frame early there, but basically everything in this game is frame perfect because it runs at such a low frame rate. Yeah, it's a frame early too. All right, this train is not all honestly very interesting. We're saving up for the wind stage, which is obviously going to be great fun in this version. Jump on the little... That was early too? What the heck? Okay, well, it was early, I guess. Yeah, this game is great. Yeah, so here we're going to start out with a frame perfect jump. There's really nothing we can do about this one except... Alright, but fortunately, because we died, our subpixel resets, and that means we have 2 frames through this jump. So it's way easier if you die. There are subpixels in this game. I'm not really going to spend very much time explaining what they are or why we care about them, but anytime I die, it's just... You can just know that it was subpixels. The subpixels got me. There's nothing I could have really done. So, in this screen, we don't really have to go very fast because we're gonna have to wait for a wind cycle. Oh my god, sorry about this. If you stand on that thing with the wind, you get... Oh, no, I want this clone. Okay. That's fine. We're not losing time in this screen because we're gonna have to... Well, first of all, you can see we're on the far right side of the screen. That's bad. So we want to do a little dance here to get back. Then we want to get on this wall to jump across this gap. This gap jump is really difficult casually, but alright, that's not the cleanest, but it'll have to do. We're gonna jump over this guy. That's not frame perfect. You got 2 frames to jump over that guy. And then we're gonna kill the boss. This is gonna explain why we're not using ninpo on all the bosses. Because we just used almost all of our ninpo and it did barely anything. But the barely anything that it did is gonna be pretty important for killing this boss quickly, and we got it. Okay. We're getting on the wall so we don't get blown off the cliff because you can die in that boss fight even after. Like, the wind just keeps going after the boss is dead, so. This is the darkness stage. The lightning happens about half as often and lasts for about half as long as it does in the NES version. So good luck playing this stage casually, but... Oh, that's scary. If you're right on the edge there, you can get owned by what I like to call roadrunner time, which is you don't get a jump sometimes if you're standing right at the edge. I don't know why NES runners don't just go up here. Obviously, that's the best strat. It's way faster. We're gonna pick up the Invincible Fire Wheel. This game doesn't have an Invincible Fire Wheel. It instead has a Vincible Fire Wheel, and that behaves exactly like you would guess, which is that it's not invincible. You can just get hit during the fire wheel. So we're not going to be using it all that much because of that. Getting hit using the fire wheel is bad. But it's useful for damage on some of the bosses. In this game, damage boosting is dependent on what direction you're facing, so there's going to be a lot of times in the run where we just damage boost past enemies by just turning around while we're getting hit. So like this guy and this guy here, we're setting up our subpixels so that we can get across this gap safely. That is not a safe jump if you're just running at it. There's a subpixel you can be on where you can't make that jump, so okay. These platforms are awful, that's all I really have to say about them. Looks like we're gonna be good on that screen. That's a very scary screen. But that's nothing. You haven't seen anything yet. This game gets way worse. We can do some of the NES strats, like the damage boost to get up here. For some reason that guy was in the way, but that works in this one. Alright, hopefully we get this boss kill. This boss quick kill is a little bit finicky, but I'm a little bit too far. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Oh gosh, that's not good. Alright, I still got Ninpo though, so maybe I can Alright, this is looking like it'll be okay though. Oh no, oh no! Disaster! Alright, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. That was not where I was expecting to die, though. I was expecting to die, because you just die in this game, but that was not on my bingo card. Fortunately, we can get basically everything we need to fight the boss, which is these two clones, and we have another shot at showing off what the quick kill looks like. I was a little bit too far to the left, so I'm going to try to be a little bit further to the right. Yeah, this looks good. The other thing that's interesting about this game in terms of fighting bosses is that in the NES version, you can kind of stack your clones and deal tons of damage to the boss, but that's not possible in this version. You can only ever deal 1 damage per like attack. And that's also true with Ninpo. So like, basically we have a much tougher time with a lot of the bosses, and we have to do things like that where we're just like, sit the clone on top of the boss and spam. This stage looks atrocious. This is probably one of the worst looking gameplay experiences I've ever had in my life. Please don't make your game look like this. It's very bad. This is one of the screens where if you die in this screen, you die in real life, so we prefer to avoid that. Yeah, we're just going along, killing some guys, collecting some info. Oh, I forgot to talk about P-Speed. So this game has like 3 different speeds you can be at. I guess there's technically 4, but anyway, there's 3 of them. And a lot of these jumps are dependent on having the correct speed. So we're going to be, well, I guess actually I'm just going to be taking it slowly and trying. Yeah, a lot of the P-Speed stuff is like, it gets really complicated when you are trying to go as quickly as possible. But for this screen, we're just trying to get through without dying. And it's really bad. It's hard enough getting through without dying. Almost died there, but thankfully we can make it back to the platform. Ah yes, the water stage. So one of the things that's interesting about the water stage is that being in the water messes with your subpixel, and that's bad. It's bad. Depending, if you stand in the water for too long, your jumps stop, like putting you into predictable positions, so they still work, but they just like put you in some weird places. On this next screen, there's a pixel perfect jump that we actually can't make because we can't, whatever. We're just gonna slash hover over that gap. You can slash hover in this game by pressing the slash button and then pressing the opposite direction from the direction you're facing, and you just turn around and start ignoring the laws of gravity. And that's pretty important because that jump, you would actually have to take an intentional death if slash hovering didn't exist. Because you literally can't make the jump. Alright, this is a fun strat. You just blast that guy. Oh, why is that guy there? Okay. This is fine. It looks like I'm still on an okay. Yeah. That is a really scary part because you can be on a bad pixel and then that guy will just kill you. Like that jump, you'll just fall. Like you won't be able to make it no matter what happens. We're just gonna put our clone inside of the boss and mash. That's the boss strat, and then we're gonna get it on a wall so that we don't fall. We don't spawn inside of a pit on the next screen because that would obviously lose time. Don't fall. Don't spawn inside of a pit. That's bad. This is one of the more chill stages in the run. We're actually gonna use the invincible fire. Sorry, the invincible fire wheel if I can get it in this screen. It's a little bit hard to get, but we'll see. Another version difference that makes this game really interesting to run, oh I just clipped through a wall there, yeah, is the fact that, oh come on, Ryu sometimes doesn't want to use the Ninpo. I don't know why, he just... Anyway, I was saying that jumping in this game pretty much always slows you down. Like slashing in this game pretty much always slows you down. If you slash in midair, like in the NES version, you don't lose any speed. In this version, you definitely lose speed. And that makes things pretty exciting because they didn't change the level design at all. You'll notice that I'm jumping like maybe twice as high and half as far as I do in the NES version, but the level design is basically the same, which makes some of the jumps pretty exciting. All right, here's Jorf's favorite stage. Well, Jorf has never played this version of the game, and if he ever does, I don't think that this will be his favorite stage because the ice physics in Ninja Gaiden 2 for DOS are quite exciting. I missed this despawn. Normally you despawn this bird, but the bird is just here. I'm gonna try to kill him. Yeah, they're good. I spawned the bat early. Okay, that's fine. We can just do a hover there. Ordinarily, you'd be boosting off that bat, but... Oh, the shurikens might screw me. That's bad. Okay, we're gonna... Okay. I was gonna try to damage boost off that enemy into the wall, but with the shurikens on screen, it can be... Like, that can kill him, and then you don't get the damage boost, and then you just fall to your death. Right, we're gonna take a little bit of a boost here off of another knife guy. Please. Okay, thank you. That guy is sometimes a little bit late for work, and when he's late for work, you die, so that's bad. Oh, okay, I'm still alive. Cool. All right, here we're gonna do some pretty precise platforming. Precise platforming indeed. All right. Fortunately, dying doesn't really matter very much here, because the only thing we really care about is the clone. Oh, come on, kill this guy. Yeah, so what I was trying to do here the first time, you can actually deflect that guy's shuriken with your sword, which is pretty neat. Okay, we're just gonna... That looks good, right? That also looks good, sure. If you don't want to do this strat, which obviously is slow, you have to do a pixel perfect setup into like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pixel perfect, frame perfect jumps in a row, which obviously it's 10 FPS, like how hard can the frame perfect jumps be? But I don't know how much you want to really put that to the test. We're just gonna put our clone inside of Ashtar and then slash him a bunch. pretty easy boss fight. Honestly, this is going pretty far, so pretty well so far. Pretty far so well. This is one of the more chill stages in the run. I really like this stage, except for the part where you have to damage boost past the infinitely spawning bats, but that trick is easy every time and I never failed it, so you should be good. We're just waiting a little bit for that invisible bat to go away. Oh, get in the hole. If you're not holding down when you go in there, you just die. Like, it plays the death animation, it's really funny. Alright, wish me luck. Slash, and take a D-boost, and turn. Wow, that was really far to the left, but it still worked. Oh, come on. Alright, whatever. It's honestly kind of shocking how close this is to the NES version in some ways. Like, I was able to actually use the speed run for the NES version to, like, figure out some parts of the game. Obviously, there's some major differences that make it not really very similar at all, but it's... I don't know. Like, the more I've played, I guess maybe this is how Stockholm Syndrome works, but the more I've played this game, the more I'm like, maybe it's not actually that bad of a game. Maybe it is that bad of a game though. I mean, it runs at 10 FPS. How good can it be? Alright, here's this boss. The, like, twin of this boss just, like, literally doesn't do anything and can't be damaged and can't damage you. It's like... Why? Why is that even here? Like, kind of a weird choice. Alright, we got a slash to get our sword working again, because after you fight that boss, your sword just stops working for some reason. I'm gonna do some nice damage boosts here. Damage boost there, damage boost there. Oh, a little bit slow. That's fine. They added an enemy here, and this enemy is, like, atrocious. I don't know what the NES version runners would do if there was that guy there, but it's probably good that he's not there, because that's just, like, horrible enemy location. In this version, you can just kind of jump into the enemy and expect to survive, but obviously that wouldn't work in the NES version. Like, that bird would kill me if I was playing NES. I'm not. I'm playing DOS. Oh, come on. I want to get this power up. Just clear everything on the screen. They also added a health pickup to the screen, which is pretty nice. Oh no. Oh, that's really bad. This is one of the screens where if you die in this screen, it's like they come and take your soul away. Like, okay, we're gonna try. Oh no. Oh no. Just, oh no. What are we even doing here? Oh no. Disaster. Okay, that's, yeah. I guess that happens sometimes when you're playing this game. The fires respawn way faster, and they're way faster than the, oh, it looks good to me. Oh, why did I do it like that? Yeah. Alright. We have a chance to redeem ourselves a little bit here. Although we don't have the Ninpo power that we need, so... Gross. Okay. Also, you'll notice that the orbs are all gone. In this game, the orbs just, like, don't respawn. Okay, this is how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to just get out of there instantaneously and not lose your entire career. But the fires in this game have some other ideas. Alright, we're on to the last stage. The last stage in this game is definitely a fine gameplay stage. Oh god. Oh, that's bad. Okay, this is fine. We can recover. We can recover. It's all fine. We actually want to get the Vincible Fire Wheel, ironically, here. So we're gonna try to do exactly that. Nice, perfect. Kill that guy with the delayed slash. Ironically, that's one of the easiest jumps in this version of the game. Whereas, like in the NES version, it's like subpixel dependent and nearly impossible, but... Alright, these birds, the birds in this version of the game are way easier than in the NES version. I will definitely, oh no! Oh no, that's so bad. I was trying to damage boost off that bird, but now that that happened, we have to actually go back to the start of the stage. It's that bad if that happens. Yeah, the birds are so easy in this version of the game. Like, what were they even thinking, making the birds that easy? It dies immediately to the bird. We're gonna see if we can... Yeah. Alright, get the fire wheel. We really need 3 clones in the bosses. You'll see why that's relevant when we get there. But that means that we can't just continue from the point that we were at. Maybe I'll take it a little bit safer this time. Although often when you're a speedrunner, taking it safer just means doing a strat that you have practiced less. And so even though it's theoretically safer, not actually safer, we'll see. I don't know, I'm feeling good about this deboost. Yeah, it's not that hard, see? Alright, don't press any buttons while you're in a screen transition in this game, otherwise you die. That's another fun, oh, come on. Okay, this is fun. Turn around, get boosted by that guy. Alright, we're into the boss gauntlet. We should be actually good. Assuming I can kill these bosses, which are not that hard. Fingers crossed. For this guy, oh, he's doing a weird pattern. Interesting. Well, we're going to use the fire wheel to deal large amounts of damage to this guy. It's not invincible, but it still does damage, and it doesn't go away when it touches him, which is kind of an interesting factoid. I actually have enough ninpo to do the quick kill on the third cycle of this boss, but I'm not going to go for it because it's super risky. So, yeah. This one is really easy. Oh no. I keep saying things are really easy before I fail them. That's the curse. Still not too bad though. And then we've got the classic line of huff huff, is it finally the end of it all? And then we're gonna walk forward 2 steps, crouch under this guy's claw, and then walk over here where there's a safe spot and just spam slash. And then eat your heart out, NES Ninja Gaiden players, because we can just go right behind this guy, put our clone on top of him, and then just spam. And there's no risk whatsoever. Great boss fight. And that's time. We're done with the game. We've completed Ninja Gaiden 2 for DOS. We get to watch this glorious cutscene. This is really one of the greatest end game cutscenes of all time. Look at this. Aren't you just filled with emotion? I'm filled with emotion. What a beautiful game. That's the game. So, like, obviously this is nearly the worst version of Ninja Gaiden 2. There's actually like an Amiga version of this and it's even worse, but... Like, is this actually worse than the SNES version? That's the real question, because the SNES version, like, is playable and runs at a frame rate, but it eats your inputs, and this game does not eat your inputs. So, credit where credit is due, I suppose. Also, Ryu can turn around in this version of the game, and he can't turn around in the NES version of the game, and that's something I think that the developers got right. It'll be this way forever. Look at how beautiful our world is. Also, when this game ends, it just dumps you out on the DOS menu. So, nice. The darkness is gone. Exactly. What a game. Just cuts out in the middle of the music for no reason. Also, this game is called Ninja.exe, which I think is really one of the best parts of the game. Yeah. Thanks for watching Ninja Gaiden 2 for DOS. It's definitely one of the games of all time.